I've been purposely avoiding talking about lithium-ion batteries in scooters and e-bikes for the reason that I believe there are different considerations from EV batteries. The build quality of EV batteries is generally, and I emphasise generally, of a higher quality than those commonly used in the two-wheeled variants, and I don't think it's fair to tar EVs with the same brush as scooters and e-bikes. But it has reached a stage now where these fires are an epidemic, with over 5 a week in New South Wales alone in 2023 and for the first part of 2024. And now for the first time in this state, people have been killed by a fire started by a lithium-ion battery, and I'm sorry to say that they almost certainly won't be the last. Welcome back to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer turned Sydney YouTuber. Please be sure to like, share and subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment down below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter X. As I've explained in previous videos, lithium-ion battery fires are very different to any other kind of fire you'd generally experience in your home. Once the cells reach the point of thermal runaway, the fire will burn with a temperature of around 2,500 degrees C, that's 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Way hotter than most ordinary fires, and because the batteries contain their own supply of oxygen, normal firefighting techniques such as cooling with water or excluding oxygen just don't work. So they will invariably spread faster and faster and far more intensely than your average fire, and in this case so fast that 2 people didn't make it out. 2 killed in New South Wales house blaze believed to be state's first recorded lithium-ion battery-related deaths, Fire and Rescue New South Wales says. 2 people killed in a Lake Macquarie house fire last week appear to be the state's first casualties from a lithium-ion battery-related blaze, Fire and Rescue New South Wales FRNSW says. The fire began about 4:10 a.m. last Thursday inside the property. 2 of the occupants escaped the blaze, but 2 others inside the townhouse at Terralba were killed. Their bodies were recovered from the ruins on Friday and Saturday. FRNSW Acting Assistant Commissioner Terry Farley said fire investigators found remnants of the battery at the scene. FRNSW investigated the fire and we've determined that the lithium-ion battery was the cause of the fire, he said. Commissioner Farley said these are the first deaths associated with the batteries. Sadly, yes, unfortunately lithium-ion battery fires across the planet have increased in the past couple of years. We recently received information from the US about the increase in the number of lithium-ion batteries in their country, he said. This is a tragedy which was unfortunately inevitable, given the proliferation of e-bikes and scooters with questionable battery and charger quality. If you're to avoid a fire of this kind yourself, always check the batteries and chargers for physical damage. Only use the charger that was designed for the device. If there's any sign of swelling or leaking from the battery, dispose of it. Always use genuine replacement batteries and chargers and don't use aftermarket versions. Ideally, charge outside the home rather than in the living room or bedroom. If a small battery has caught fire, submerge it in a large quantity of water if possible and evacuate. But if the property is already alight, get out of there as fast as possible. In both cases, avoid breathing the smoke as it is highly toxic. I think the main point here is to ensure that any lithium-ion battery-powered devices you buy are of reputable origin and high quality, and do not attempt to save money by going for cheap aftermarket replacement batteries or chargers. If everyone adheres to the above, then perhaps we can avoid a repeat of this terrible tragedy.